hello there. If you're just tuning in, if you're just waking up, good morning to you. I hope you had a great night and you're rested and ready to face the day. Well, this is the AM show. My name is Inimado, and I'm blessed with a singular honor of hosting with the Israelite.
Thank you very much. Good morning to you, Enima, and good morning to our viewers.
And Israel is in khakis today. Just saying. It's a statesman's bias. So I want today. I'm going to be good. This morning I gave my life to Jesus.
Okay, but you're looking sweet.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. Thank you. I'm shy.
Okay, let's get into the news.
Are you going to use 5 hours to do the daily graphic this morning too? You dear, you are like that.
No.
Have you sent Kwame Barton the money?
No.
Okay, Israel. Why?
Okay.
Israel will be performing with Rocky Dawuni today, by the way. You don't want to miss it. They're going to do a duet. Yeah, They went to Accra Academy together. You know, 33 years ago when Rocky Dawuni was in the studio, searching for inspiration for one of his first songs, Israel was there as well. So they're going to share that experience with us this morning. 33 years ago, where were you? Not you, I mean you. Where were you? Okay, I'm going to stop now.
Okay, let's start with the daily graphic on the front page.
It's 6:39.
Accra train shuttle bounces back October. Okay.
Hey, where did it go?
Well, it's been off for a while now. Yeah. And Bia Tano River clears up. Galamsey fight yields results. Okay, so the story on the Accra train shuttle bouncing back in October it continues on page 3.
Bounce back, bounce back.
AU regrets Britain's non-recognition of Africa vaccines. Well, there's been a U-turn, and the UK is now saying that, okay, they'll recognize our vaccines. I mean, vaccines that we took here. So
as in the vaccines that we took, which they took as well, which came from the same place. Yeah. I see. Oh, we are very grateful.
The Covishield isn't really coming from the UK. It's coming from India.
Yeah, but I'm saying that it went to the UK as well.
Do they use Covishield in the UK?
They use AstraZeneca.
Yeah, AstraZeneca, but not Covishield.
But
Covishield is manufactured in India.
Okay, right.
Okay, so, there's been a U-turn, so...
if they like, they shouldn't do a U-turn. It's up to them.
Sudanese government takes over Hamas's assets. And moving on, we go to page 10. Is it The Miracle of El Wak, 1977? It's an opinion piece, A Crowd of Folk versus Mufulira Wanderers. Okay. Into gender parity policies at workplace, the International Labour Organization is advising SMEs. Parents advised to treat children with love. So the story on the Galamsey fight children results is on page 13. Bia Tanner vs. Clear Innovate to address housing challenges, as Enso Boache charges industry players. That's the Minister for Works and Housing. And then on page 16, SMEs participate in Green Employment Challenge. Arbitrariness, poor decisions, causes of judgment debts. That's the Deputy Attorney General saying that the AG's office is sometimes not involved in the negotiations and discussions leading to the execution of some agreements. That's a quote from that story. And then there's a pullout on the pharmacy industry in Ghana. So there's a special pullout. You can grab that one. Some of the stories in the support local pharmaceutical companies to expand, and the number of adverts, mainly pharmaceutical companies, and then better pharmaceutical care for the future. Then there's this other article I saw that I'm thinking, okay, you guys should get to read it. Okay, so there's an article, Ernest Kemet's leading member of the industry. So that is also featured in the special pullout. Unicom Chemist, the quality healthcare company. And Energy Ministry seeks tax waiver on electric vehicles, which is good. Yeah, if we have tax waivers on electric vehicles, then we're going to get a few more into the country. Maybe some Teslas and the rest.
I have seen a Tesla in Isegon quite recently. It's a red Tesla. Very nice. Very, very, very nice. I just really wonder about the maintenance, the servicing,
I
all
know.
of
I
that.
know who that one belongs to. The red one.
Okay.
I've driven the white one.
Ish. All right then. Eko, did you hear that?
Okay, expedite approval of nominees. That's in politics. Dr. Lidu urges assembly members. Gumua West first to confirm DC. So the president's MMDC nominees, the first one has been confirmed. That's a Gumua West MDC. Institute of Chartered Accountants, Ghana holds presidential luncheon. We need new constitution, right? Reverend Professor Safo Kantanka. Okay. A former Methodist Bishop of Kumasi, the Right Reverend Professor Osei Safo Kantanka has advocated a change in the governance system of the country as part of the process of eradicating poverty. He said there was a need for a complete overhaul of the constitution as the current one would not be able to solve the problems facing the country. According to him, the current practice of the winner-takes-all system of governance, which gives too much power to the president, was inimical to growth. Okay. Court remands man busted with 656 ATM cards.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Then on the regional page, 12,000 Bono East Ashanti farmers benefit from EU projects. Cape Coast Teaching Hospital opens pharmacovigilance center. Then on page 28, businessman fails to meet 6.34 million bail condition. Hey, it's a huge bail condition. The investor sent the $300,000 to Yaya, bringing the total amount sent to him to $1,075,000. But he failed to fulfill his promise. The story is there on page 28. You can get to read it all. Nsa Cocoa Festival fills gap. And then GIFEC Board of Trustees inaugurated Melcom Partners Global Clothing Brand. And in sports, lack of policy continuity affecting sports. Ex-NSC boss, that's Kojo Bonsu. And CSIR seeks $4 million support for Pozzolana Cement Factory and Psychiatrist to examine Takoradi pregnant in quotes, woman. The police said for some years now, the regional command had been inundated with false kidnapping cases where people conspired to create self-kidnapping incidents. That's it for the Daily Graphic.
Oh, well done. Okay, so Israel, this is an interesting story, and I'm going to do the Ghanaian Times, but I want to tell you about this story on the back page of the Daily Guide.
Right.
So the Suriname vice president is hot over alleged player bribery. Now, remember yesterday we did the story, the fact that he was 60 years old wearing a 61 jersey, and, you know, vice president. Well, apparently there's a viral video of him handing out cash to the players. So the team that they were playing
opposing
against.
team.
Yes. You've seen. So, and I think, you know, they won. They won. I think it was 3-0. Yeah, I think it was 3-0. Also, he played for 54 minutes anyway in that. But he became the oldest player at 60 to play an international club competition. And seemed to be dishing out some cash.
And I guess the first vice president seen dishing out cash.
It's never a good thing. It's never a good thing. I don't know how they're going to spin that one. But let's do the Ghanaian Times. Hopefully we'll have some time to do the Daily Guide a little later on. The U.S. government pledges 1.3 million Pfizer vaccines to Ghana. U.S. VP assures precedent. That kidnap story there. 2 gets 62 years for robbery. Court remands man that fight 656 ATM cards guy. Russian meddling in Central Africa war. U.S. Haiti envoy quits after inhumane deportations. Education Minister calls for establishment of TVET job placement centers. Let's move to page 8. A year on after COVID-19 pandemic, challenges then and opportunities thereon for SME lending. Youth activists pledge to expose deviant characters. Utilization of governance experts will transform attitudes. Cancer patients urged not to lose hope. That's on page 13. And PPP declares December 7th Constitutional Reform Day. There's a National Healing and Prayer Rally that's been launched, and the Church of Pentecost inaugurates Chieftaincy Ministry. Government is going to undertake inventory of all state properties. Well, that's good. And public reacts to fast-growing population following the 2020 census report, which was quite interesting. I really look forward to the breakdown of that census report. Gamma launches flood detection mobile application. Okay, so a flood detection mobile app that helps to check prevailing water levels and risk of flooding within parts of the Greater Accra metropolitan area was launched in Accra yesterday. So it's called My Flood Risk App Accra. It shows flood hazard and exposure. Israel, yeah. You know something that I think would be interesting that I wish this app would do? So you know there are some places in Accra that may not necessarily be prone to flooding, like the ones that we really know. Okay. But, for example, the roads have eroded so badly that they're beginning to flood. So, like, for example, Dakuman Junction, just by the Total. Okay. So, Kokompe, when you get down, crossing over to Akokofoto. The road over the years has just kind of, eroded to the point where it's a little bit like an inner concave. Okay. And last Friday, remember, it rained very heavily. And I was in traffic at that point. And the water was like, my car was halfway submerged in the water. So badly that I actually went into...
When you got to that point?
Yeah, when I got to that point. And then at a certain point, the water starts to move the cars. But it wasn't like that. Maybe 6-7 months ago. It wasn't that bad. So it would be important if we have an app that can, track some of these roads that are getting worse so that something is done about them.
But why don't we just fix that?
Exactly.
Because there was a similar problem on the George Walker Bush around Tallow, not too far from the Tallow. So that also was a problem. They fixed it.
So
I believe there's something.
But I'm just saying, if this app allows people to kind of input some of these updates, because obviously people are not.
No, it's not like they don't.
I'm trying to be so gentle this morning, and you're poking the beast. Anyway.
So look, yesterday, I was at the 37 Military Hospital, and apparently the MRI machine there hasn't worked has broken down for years. And I posted it on Facebook. And the purpose for posting it and mentioning Jubilee House is because we've been in this country and we've seen a president rush to 37 Military Hospital.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is the closest major facility to Jubilee House. And if the president can't get MRI services, if he should be at the 37 Military, it's a big deal.
It is a big deal.
I'm just saying, so people will do what needs to be done before we are caught
in a position where, well, that's quite disappointing. Maybe we should speak to 37 Military Hospital about how come.
Well, I'm told they're going to buy it.
It's been a few years. What are they waiting for? They are doing to buy this in all words. Anyway, let me continue with my newspapers after that very rude interruption by Israel.
Oh, is that rude?
I'm just kidding. Page 23 of the Ghanaian Times. Multi-dollar flower city in offing at Dentra. We're fixing Ajay Kojo Market Road to make it more trouble for pregnant women. All right. Government committed to revamping Bibiani Mines. New Companies Act. Sarah will turn fortunes of business. Okay, that's interesting. So the Registrar General says the implementation of the New Companies and the Corporate Insolvency and Restructuring Act will turn the fortunes of businesses in the country in a positive direction. Okay, all right. Corporate governance critical for Africa's future. Gold prices ease as Fed signals quicker than expected rate hikes. Labor shortage hits electronics makers as chip drought persists, causing delays. So nearly 4 in 5 electronic manufacturers say that it has become harder to find qualified workers, compounding problems from an ongoing chip shortage and causing delays in shipping products. A trade group representing them said on Thursday. Okay, so some sports. Carabao Cup holders Man City to face West Ham in the 4th round. Lukaku, social media CEO, should meet players to combat online abuse. Ronaldo leapfrogs Messi in list of top earning players. So Ronaldo has gone to $125 million Lionel Messi is at 110. We didn't see that coming because Lionel Messi was doing like a million a week, wasn't he? No, okay, before tax. And then Neymar is at 95. Mbappe is at 43. Salah is at 41. And when I say this, I mean $1 million. Okay, and then Paul Pogba is at 34. Gareth Bale 32. Eden Hazard 29.
So you may want to take note that Neymar and Messi are both at PSG.
Yeah, so PSG is paying out a lot of money. A lot of money. Anyway, EPL to go on 6-week break for Qatar 2022 World Cup. Techi has been urged to 10 pro, 6 charged with involvement in match fixing. Boxing is a pillar of Ghana sports. And after my abysmal performance yesterday, hand wrestling, I'm not going to suggest that we box this morning. I know my level. Ghanaian youth urged to champion peace development. And Asweyi residents want road and bridge repair. That's it for the Ghanaian Times this morning.
You have huge arms. You could knock me out.
I still had huge arms yesterday when you beat me at arm wrest. Such shameful behavior on my part. Do you know how my Atamfo have gotten me?
Shameful on my part?
No, my part for losing. My Atamfo have really gotten me.
Sorry.
Because I was doing pa, and then...
Sorry about
Oh, you are not sorry. It's okay. You just wanted to show
Let's get to the finder on from page 3 persons arrested over suspected hoax kidnapping of pregnant woman. Accra named as UNESCO World Book Capital for 2023. U.S. government to give Ghana 1.3 million Pfizer vaccines. It will increase U.S. government's COVID-19 vaccines donation to 2.5 million doses. Acknowledge the role of chiefs in societal development, Pentecost chairman. La Youth call for government intervention over a land dispute. So those are the major stories. The stories on the front page of the Finder. Let me quickly do the Business and Financial Times. Concerns over high lending rates mount pressure on BOG ahead of policy rate announcement. Bilateral trade with India leaps to 26% in a decade. Trade value stands at $4.5 billion between the two countries. ESLA targets 2.2 billion Ghana cedi in new 12-year bond issuance. And fertilizer troubles to end with availability of new data. All right, so that's for the BNFT.
Okay, so the Daily Guide, Takoradi woman not pregnant, suspected self-kidnap. Nana wants AU to be part of G20. So pretty much the same stories. International stories, U.S. Haiti envoy quits over inhumane deportations. Volcano on its 5th day of destruction in La Palma. And UN, Myanmar has a human rights catastrophe. Oh, okay. Are you going to go and see Devil's Wife? There's a rerun on Saturday the 9th and Sunday the 10th. No, it's not this.
Not this Saturday. Okay.
It's actually like, I think, 2 weeks.
Okay.
So Saturday the 9th and Sunday the 10th of October because it was sold out. So good stuff. Africa hesitancy fears over UK vaccine rules. So that's it. For international stories, let's do some entertainment stories. Jackie Yao Tog get 2021 Afrima nominations. Farmer recalls courteous chat with Rihanna. And Tonto Dike accuses her ex-lover of keeping sex tapes for blackmail. This sex tapes conversation, huh? We should have it one of these days. Saudi Day marked with...
Why do you make them in the first place?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Why do you make them in the first place? Obviously, you don't. So, because you're asking why people make them in the first place. So, why do you make sex tapes in the first place? A.B. Krenzel thrills... No, my ancestors are attempting me to answer, but A.B. Krenzel thrills fam at High Life KTK Jam. STU, SRC honors 3 companies. And on the back page, some sports. Ministry denies approving Rajavac as Stars coach. Amewolana knocks at Stars door. Augustine Amewolana. And violence rock French football. That's it for the Daily Guide. Should we just go to My Joy Online?
Yeah,
and then if we have time,
let's go to My Joy Online. Quickly go there. All right, so we have government acting in bad faith will resume strike if our concerns are not addressed immediately. That's UTAC saying that. and we'll be speaking.
I find this so disappointing,
with
Israel.
them, getting more into the because we had this conversation on this show. We talked about it.
And I remember that, I think it was a UTAG president or so who said that from that point when they were going to go back to work, it was an issue of faith.
Yeah.
They were having faith in the government that they would do what they said they would. You know, but right now the kids are on holidays. Universities kids are on holidays. So it's like, okay, yeah, they can't flex when our muscles small. But remember that they will resume.
Yeah. Policies to check housing deficit has not totally worked. Nana Odene Hochremanting. COVID-19. Ghana Health Service to start immunization exercise for unvaccinated citizens on Friday. All right, so that should be today. Check out where to receive first and second dose of COVID-19 vaccine from September 24th to 29. So essentially, if you don't have, and maybe we should spend some time to talk about this. So for first-time recipients, people who haven't had the jabs at all, there's an opportunity for you to get to do that. We'll talk about that. GAU PFAG insists 2021, Peasant Farmers Association of Ghana, insists 2021 harvest can't exceed previous years. Prophet in court for allegedly molesting 3 teenage boys sexually. Chinibua Kudia SHS authorities accused of negligence leading to death of final year student. U.S. government to give Ghana 1.3 million Pfizer vaccines. And COVID-19, we're hoping to vaccinate 20 million Ghanaians by end of 2021. Kufuado.
As in like October, November, December.
Yes.
And we're at 5 million now.
But the vaccines are coming.
Okay, so we're hoping to vaccinate 15 million people in 3 months.
Have we vaccinated 5 million?
I think that was what, I think that was what was said. Yeah.
Really? Mm-hmm. Okay, we'll get the details. All right?
Yeah, okay.
But that's it.
Anyways, so we're handing over to Oreko Ampafo, who's going to bring us the sports news right after we take this quick commercial break. But we have a fantastic show coming up for you today. We
including a
have
performance by Rocky Dawoune
and Israel Lai. I told you about that earlier. And of course, we'll also be having our relationship conversation, spicing up your relationship. So how to make it more sexy. Definitely don't want to miss it. This is the AM show. Don't go anywhere.